It's 10/18/2024, and it is 3:07 a.m. And I wrote this on 10/16/2024. And there's some warnings from the Great Mother to the wicked and disagreeable ones. Of course, y'all know I don't never go to sleep. But anyway, and I just had to give these warnings, the words from the Great Mother. So it says, to the wicked and disagreeable ones, and it says, Mother, the Great Mother, on your day of atonement, this is the day that you have been asking for all sins committed to be forgiven. I heard you not. Your judgment is at hand. Forgiveness at this point of time is unheard of. My wrath and penalties are beneath and before you. No judgment shall be forgiven. Your excuses are unheard of. Your lies has been unpictuated. The sure nerves of atonement that you ask of me is an example of your mindless thoughts of the Father that made you. I'm sorry. You are adequately made. To something is to be below it, under, and that is just the way you are made. I'm sorry. So I did not hear your cries. Please. I saw not your tears. My eyes and ears were set on mute. I do not see or hear you. Your blinded faith is dead. I leave you with contempt, anguish, and also despair. The aroma of your offerings are sure smells of stench to me, nostrils of blood. I have turned my entire face away from you, and your cries were unheard of. Be it known this day, 10/16/2024. When I put a slash there for 2012, that's what the Spirit, I'm sorry, y'all. That's what the Spirit led me to do. The reason why I'm laughing is because the Great Mother is so eloquently insulting. I'm sorry. I can't read it over, but I don't think I'm going to be able to stop laughing because I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Then this one is done at 10/16/2024 at 10:32 a.m. To all the wicked and disagreeable ones. Great Mother says, let this be a warning to you. Wait. The rituals that you used to perform on my offspring is null and voided. Each and every one of you are doomed to extinction. Those voting rights you enticed on my seed are a thing of the past, to hang my seed on poles while you exercise your spells, rituals, you witches and warlocks usually do are turned totally back upon you. I have said all of my words against you, and every spirit that you witches and warlocks have conjured up for all these many years, the blindness of your depths of darkness, your veil has been casted up on your eyes. Your darkness is up on you, casted down to severe depth of torment, you as you have done to others. You are disdained and casted out of existence. That okay. I read that, and there's a dream that I had, and the dream went like this, y'all. I'm like, it says, mother says, tell it this day, and to let it be known again about the witches and warlocks of your churches. She said, come out of the churches, especially her daughters, whose energy they are using, because you are the splitting image of she, and they know this. So they ride the backs of your spirits to overthrow you, because just like her, they know of all your power that you possess, because she gave it to you and no one else. And then it says, dear matriarchal woman of the great mother, stand in line so her sons can take their place. This is the order of the great divine spirit of our mother. Ain't no one, and it says, ain't no one. And this is the way it was given to me now. Ain't no one is taking, hold on now, is taking our place. This is our rise and their fall, and it ain't nothing they can do to stop it. So close the door, O wicked and disagreeable ones. Your fate has been sealed. The yellow seal has been opened. I must tell the sons and daughters of the great mother, my brothers and sisters, that when I mention this pole thing, the rituals that they have been doing on us has been, they've been working some mojos on us. They've been tearing our tail up with these mojos. But then I had a dream. The dream went like this, sons and daughters of the great mother. I told you already that I have a cousin named Elliot. And whenever my cousin is in my dream, there's some water somewhere involved. And then that's the great mother. And it's L in there, and Ella, and her name. But she gives me things that I can identify. My cousin name is Elliot, so it's Ella in there. But and it's L also. That's mother. So he was around, and try to pinpoint exactly, but so he was something about, he was trying to give me some heat or something, but anyway, it was a heat involved. So what happened? Let me get it right now, because I don't have it before me, so I'm not reading, I'm thinking, pulling it out of my head. Let me see. Okay. There were four, or maybe it may not be my cousin Elliot. I'm trying to think. Was it him? Yes, it was. Anyway, so there were four. There was a mother, a father, a son, and a daughter. So there were two adults and two children. It was a man and a woman, a boy, and a young girl, a young boy and a young girl. And so I'm walking on the boardwalk, and there's water, you know, there's an ocean or a river, but it's this big, huge body of water. And I'm walking on this boardwalk, and I noticed that those four people, and they were black, and they were on these poles, and they were just hanging on these poles, not hanging by the neck, but they were hung up on the poles, like stuck to the poles, like they were glued to these four poles, these four people. But they weren't on the, you know how you be on the inside, but they were on the outside. Like, and I'm looking at them, I'm thinking to myself, why the heck are they on the opposite side where they can fall into the water? Because they weren't on the right side. They were just all four of these people were just hanging on these poles. But like I said, they wasn't hanging from the neck. They was like they were glued to these four poles. These two grown-ups, man and woman, two children, son and daughter. But they was on the opposite side where they could just drop off into the water. And I'm like, what are they doing there? And so I see that it was a pastor and his wife. I knew who they was in the dream because I just knew who they were. And they was sitting down on the boardwalk. And the pastor and his wife, he didn't want any noise. He wanted everything to just be quiet. So I'm still standing there wondering, why are these four people just hung up on this pole, just glued to this pole like that, over the protective rail of the side? And I'm like, what the heck is this? Okay, so then my cousin disappeared. He went somewhere. He disappeared. I don't know where he went to. Then I ended up going into a building. It was a building. So I went into a building, which was kind of dark in there. And I could hear the wife say to him, but I could still see through this wall. I'm watching him, but I could still hear him too. I wasn't even close to him. So the wife said something like, when a wife doesn't listen or obey, she doesn't obey her husband, something. I didn't hear it all. And he gets up and he kisses her. And then the dream is over. But anyway, when this right here about the church and the poles and the spells that they be casting on us, that dream came about because I had a flashback about this voting stuff. I mean, they try so hard to use they do use our energy, but that stuff is being casted back on them. They don't have any power anymore. So this is why I heard Obama was tripping on the brothers, and he's upset with them because they need to get your energy. It's like these people are just they don't have anything going for themselves. They have been living off our energy. They just don't have anything going for themselves. Like I said, they did absolutely nothing. They are the simulators, the photocopiers. Because when you look at it, that's how this world was made, off of Sophia, our mother's light. A copycat, because their father he could not do anything on his own. He had to steal her light and use her light. I mean, of course he was allowed to do this thing, but That's what happened. I mean, and we still here today in this simulation of the copycats. They can't do anything for themselves. Everything is to copy and paste. Oh, post it, paste it, copy it. Just a bunch of photocopying asses. But that dream came to mind. If you, like I said, when I have these dreams and you want to put comments in the comment, this is our channel. You do your thing. Just let a sister know what you talk. Tell me what you feel, what you think. Um, um. So that's what I wanted to get out, but I couldn't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the video the way it is, but I can't. I could not help but laugh. I'm sorry. The great mother is so classy and elegant, and she is so classy and elegant just to insult you. That's what she was telling them about themselves, and I wrote it. But as I started to read it, I wrote it, but I never really took the time out to read it. I would just write it and read it at the same time. But as I start to read it, I started to read it, and I could not do anything but laugh because she's so, I don't know, exquisite. Exquisite. She is so elegant and poised. Her grace. She's so mellow, y'all. And as I read the thing, she was like, I don't care what you say. You can beg, bleep, you can beg, plead, get on the ground, snot nose. I don't care what you do. I don't hear you. It's like null and void. You're just cut off. I don't care what you say. You can holler. It doesn't matter. I'm through with you. I have washed my hands. That is it. It is over. I don't care about your atonements or what have you, because then they close down the shop and they close things down and they take those days off. And they had to be somewhere when she gave that to me. This was done on the 16th. So she gave that to me after they did that. They did that first. And then she was like, oh, hell to the nah. I don't hear you. I don't know what you think you doing. I don't hear nothing you got to say. So I wrote it because she gave it to me. And that is the message for the wicked and the disagreeable ones. She don't hear you. Period. Sorry. But anyway, that is it. Yeah, I'm done, y'all. I'm done.